Okay, so I just finished watching this video of white genocide. This woman is crazy. This woman is crazy. Well, not crazy. I mean, she's probably been spoon-fed this propaganda. And I feel sorry for her. Because she is so close-minded. She's gonna miss out on a lot of great people. Okay? I'm a black person. I don't hate white people. I mean, I hate some white people. But I hate some black people too. So, but I've met a lot of great people from all different backgrounds. In fact, I go to university. My group is very multicultural. You have me. I'm half Kenyan, half Ugandan. My one friend, she's from Sri Lanka. My one white friend, I don't know where I don't know where she's from. She didn't say. I have another white friend. I think he's Irish or something. I think that's his background. And I have another friend, and she's Mexican. And I have a whole bunch of Asian friends. I even take the time to learn a bit of their language every now and then. You know, because it. And you know what? Me knowing all these people, I know more about different parts of the world. How it gives you a better understanding of people as a whole. So I feel bad for her when she's talking about, I want a white country for only white people, or white countries for white people. I'm sick of all these immigrants. They're, and I just think this is ridiculous. I think this is ridiculous. Because she's talking about, at one point, that white people were 33% of the global population, and now they're down to 9. And nobody cares. Excuse me, excuse me, just because that may be the percentage of pure white people, what about the what, what about the biracials? Hmm? What about the biracials? All of a sudden they're not white? You don't even say that they're half white? What is with this one drop rule? What is this thing about racial purity? I don't understand it. Look at biracials. Some of them are like the most beautiful people I've seen. You know why? Because it's interesting to see the mixing of the traits. But I don't know. I guess that disgusts you because there you go with that superiority thing. The fact that you even say third world nations, there's a reason why they changed that term to developing nations, okay? Because third world implies that we're not the same. And you know what else? Something else you said actually made me quite mad. Oh, that you white people are a unique species. Excuse me. What? Have they been teaching me for all these years that we're all Homo sapiens? Or they've been lying to me? God, what? This just changes everything. My God, a unique species? So every time another race lays down with a white person, it is interspeciation. We should not be able to procreate with this different species. Somebody please tell me what kind of witchcraft is going on here. And the fact that you say it's a white genocide, even though white people by choice, just because they're not as narrow-minded as you, have decided to go and procreate with a different race, all of a sudden it's a genocide. Oh my God! We force them to mate with another race. It is a genocide on a level that nobody has ever seen before. My God! Hide your children! Hide the precious white people! Because the world is just going after them. Okay? I don't understand this. If they're consenting adults, just let them mate with whoever they want to mate with, okay? As long as both parties agree, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. But this fear and paranoia that you're trying to spread, it needs to stop. It's just ridiculous. It really is. And it may seem like I'm making fun of you, and I am making fun of you because this is some of the silliest things I've ever heard. Africa for Africans, China for Chinese. Excuse me. Excuse me, have you been to Africa? Like, if you want, I will find someone to go take you and show you around. Okay? I haven't been to all parts of Africa, so I can't speak for all parts of Africa. But I'll tell you, where I've been, it's not just black people. You go to South Africa, there's still a lot of white people there. You think when colonialism ended, the white people just said, you know what? It was a nice run. Why don't we just pack up, leave, and let's go back to Europe. Let's just go back. No, that didn't happen. They have houses there, they have families there, they have a history there. Okay? They have roots there. And they've built businesses. And you know what? The funny thing, colonialism, whether we like it or not, still exists all around the world. And the white people there are some of the richest people in Africa. They have capitalized off of colonialism. So, I'm sorry. And there's not just white people in Africa. There's Arabs, because they came and colonized you. There's Asians, they recently immigrated, set up businesses there. There's Indians, who you brought to Africa. Okay? It's not like you don't think countries in Africa are taking in immigrants. They do all the time. Whether it's other African countries or if it's other people. There's some people, Europeans, who come to retire in Africa. I don't know what this image of Africa is that you have. The same goes with China. You think when they were done colonizing Hong Kong, they're like, you know what? Let's go. Let's go. I'm sick of these Chinese. No, there's still white people there. It's called globalization. Everyone is everywhere. I don't think there's a single place that's completely isolated. To me, this is just ridiculous. And you're talking about more than half of all hate crimes are committed against white people by non-whites, and that you're not protected under hate crimes legislation? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. If I go and if I beat up a white person and I'm like, I hate white people so much, I'm gonna, why can't you just die? If I do that, if I do that, I'm going to jail. It's a hate crime. It's a hate crime. Please. Especially in the States. Look at how many black people are sitting in jail. Probably some of them have hate crime charges. This is just laughable. This is just laughable. And then you blame the Jews. There is a deliberate plan for white genocide, courtesy of the Jews who control the media, the government, the banks, and the rewritten history books. Rewritten history books. I'm sorry, the history books are written by the winners. And from the way I've seen it, Jews and black people were the biggest losers in history. I mean, we were colonized, we were made slaves in foreign lands and in our own land, and the Jews, they were. I mean, if I were a Jew, I'd be angry. I'd be like, honey, you don't even know what genocide is. And back to white people mating with other people, and that's genocide. Excuse me, when you had slavery, did you not rape people? Do you not still rape people? And is that not genocide? Okay? Because they weren't consenting, obviously. That's rape. There's a difference between rape and consensual sex. I'm sorry. I mean, if a white man chooses to marry an Asian lady, that's not genocide, okay? Look it up in the dictionary before you start throwing words around. Oh my goodness. This is just crazy. And I don't get why, like, I've heard this argument before. People say, oh, if I say white power, all of a sudden I'm a racist. Well, when a black person is saying black power, they're saying, you know what? I want to be equal to you. I want to be on the same level as you. I built this country too. That's what they're saying. I just want to have the same advantages that you do. It's not like, oh, black power, let's go kill all these white people. That is not the mentality behind black power. Maybe for some people, but not for all. When you're saying white power, you're saying something else. Whether we like it or not, right now it's a white man's world. Okay, if I do something, if a black person does something stupid, oh, all black people are stupid. If a white person does something stupid, sorry, do I see that on the news? And the Jews control the media. If they really wanted to hurt you, they could show white people doing stupid things. But instead, when white people do stupid things, it's glorified. Look at Teen Mom. All those girls are white. All of them are like upper middle class, or at least middle class, except for that one girl. But it's okay if a white girl gets pregnant. It's okay. But if a black girl gets pregnant, oh, she's a hoe. And I'm not trying to say that the girls on Teen Mom are hoes or whatever, but there is a double standard in this society. And I'm sorry, you need to stop playing this victim card. You need to stop playing this victim card. Give me a valid argument, and maybe, you know what? If you give me a valid argument, you know what? I'll support your cause. I mean, I'm against rape of any kind. So if, let's say, a peace worker goes to Africa and they're trying to help and they're raped, I'm sorry, but I don't think it was an attack. Oh, this is a white person. I'm gonna rape her. And if that was the case, then that was the individual. It's not the whole race. Just like if a white guy were to rape me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hate all white people. Do you see what they did? They hate all of us. They hate all of us because of what that one individual did to me. Oh, they hate all of us. And if I can say this, and I counter racism on a daily basis, if I can say this, then I don't get why you can't say this. You have it a lot easier than I do. You have it a lot easier than I do. Look, you're a relatively attractive white woman. Okay? You go to a job interview, you're gonna get it before I do. Let's just be honest. You're gonna be, unless you voice your opinions like this, because thank God the world is actually taking steps toward ending racism. I thank God every day that I'm not living in the 1960s. But I don't know. I think you just need to calm down, take a moment, reanalyze your world, take a chance to get to know people. Go, you know what? Go to some Asians, make friends with them. A lot of them are really friendly, to me at least. Go hang out with them. Learn their culture. Learn something about them. Learn about people before you judge them. I can't make blanket statements about all white people because I don't know all white people. But you're going to have good and bad experiences with every race. And this white genocide, this, oh, you'd be a crazy black man if you allowed all these white people in your country, you need to calm down. Just calm down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Just reanalyze your world. And I know there's going to be a lot of angry people spamming this, but you know what? I said what I needed to say. I wasn't that disrespectful. I didn't call her any names. So you can calm down with your name calling.